Soul fragmentation healing. What is that? And how do you do it? That's what we're going to explore today in this video. Welcome, I'm Kim Marie, and this channel is all about supporting women to step into their most empowered self so they can live their most fulfilling life. So today we're going to be exploring soul fragmentation. We're going to focus on understanding what it is and also how prevalent it actually is. You will be surprised. We're going to connect with the importance of healing soul fragmentation and explore some practical tips and techniques to do so. So first, understanding soul fragmentation and what it is. So the idea of soul fragmentation is the concept that our soul often fragments, in other words, parts or aspects of our being separate from the wholeness of our being due to things like trauma or very challenging or difficult experiences. This is not new. I do in my coaching practice parts work, and there are different types of parts work, one of which is internal family systems or IFS that's getting some publicity lately. There are lots of different people doing different types of parts work out there. But parts work on many levels has been around for a long time with like shamanic soul retrieval practices or indigenous practices around soul retrieval. And it's this idea that aspects of our being get lost or maybe somehow separated for various reasons. We may have a trauma and that part of us is now afraid to actually be embodied anymore. Or maybe something particular happens around a certain part of us behaving a certain way, where as a child we were scolded for that, we were traumatized because of that, and we think that part is not welcome. And so we ourselves end up shunning that part because we learned as a child that's what you're supposed to do, that that's not a good part of us. And so we start to separate out parts of us as good or bad, worthy or unworthy. We don't even often realize that we're doing this, but it happens pretty much to all of us. So that is the concept of what soul fragmentation is, and our journey to come home to ourselves, to truly embody the most holistically empowered self that we are here to embody, involves the concept of healing that soul fragmentation. Now, because soul fragmentation is so prevalent, because all of us pretty much deal with this, I incorporate it into a lot of the work that I do, whether it is the journals that I offer and the courses and programs that I offer, including my SOLACE program, which is probably where I offer it most detailed in a program other than personalized one-on-one coaching. The SOLACE program is an opportunity to go through this journey of rebirthing ourselves, reintegrating ourselves to wholeness again and again. It's a membership, so it's an opportunity to guide you month over month, year over year, as you need the guidance, and it supports you. This is a journey to remember who you are, reconnect to what matters, re-envision new possibilities for yourself, and rebirth yourself into that, in that space of wholeness. And yes, in the program, I talk about connecting to parts of ourselves, reintegrating aspects of our being that we have dismissed or ignored. And that is a super powerful, super reachable, affordable program that you can step into as a way of bringing healing to that soul fragmentation. Now, other tools and ways of healing our soul fragmentation include journaling. If you haven't already downloaded my free Journaling as a Path to Come Home workbook, make sure you do, because there are some wonderful journaling tools in there, one of which is my favorite, and that is the dialogue journaling technique, where you literally, once you kind of pinpoint a part of you, maybe there's a part of you that's angry or a part of you that is scared, you dialogue with that part. You begin to talk to that part. This is a process of healing the soul fragmentation because you're starting to reintegrate it. And it may take time. Don't rush it. Just allow yourself to get to know these parts that maybe you haven't been in connection with. The bottom line is it's crucial to pay attention to the soul healing. It impacts everything. It impacts our physical well-being. It impacts our emotional well-being and our mental and spiritual well-being. When we're fragmented, we can't find our center. We struggle to feel cohesive and holistically empowered. We find our heads head thinking one thing and our heart feeling something else, we can't find our way back to ourselves. And so the importance of healing cannot be understated. It's so critical that we start paying attention to this so that we really can align the whole of our being and come to life with an approach that is empowered and truly authentic within ourselves. So there are many different healing techniques. I've mentioned the journaling, but there's also the concept of energy work. In many ways, that's what we're talking about when we talk about like the shamanic rituals of soul retrieval. Homeopathy is energy work. It's a way of our soul beginning to recognize parts of itself that maybe it had lost previously and slowly, slowly begin to reintegrate those parts. This is not something that is meant to be rushed. These tools and techniques are meant to be practiced over time and worked with over time. If many of the fragments that we have of our soul came about due to trauma, it makes sense that we would want to be very gentle and careful in reintegrating those aspects of our being and honoring that they may need time and we may need time to reintegrate them. Meditation and self-reflection are super powerful. This is one of the reasons I recently created the Soul Planner. The Soul Planner is not just a daily planner, but it's got lots of space within it to be able to reflect, to be able to connect with all aspects of your being, to journal a bit. You can dialogue journal in there, but also connecting with other aspects like nature, these stages of remembering who you are, all the way into rebirthing. Allowing you to connect with those pieces along the way is one of the most healing ways of continuing to reintegrate the soul. So having a planner that isn't just a daily calendar or to-do list, but rather an integration of the tasks that you have at hand with what your soul is here to experience and what your soul is needing. So check out the link in the description to the Soul Planner. I invite you to try that out and explore for yourself how you can begin to reintegrate with having some of these containers like the Soul Planner or SOLACE or other similar journaling. Any of these will be such supportive tools to reintegrating the fragmented parts of your soul and bringing healing to yourself in the process. I hope that offers some idea of soul fragmentation, what it's all about, and how to bring about the healing. Leave your questions in the comments. I'd love to hear them. I love being able to respond to people's questions. So I invite you to leave some comments. Be sure to subscribe, like, share with others. Let people know that you're seeing this and start the conversation in the comments. I'd love to get it going. There's so much we can learn from each other in this process. Thanks so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.